Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm George, and today on the bench we're carrying on with the Hacker Mayflower 2. Now we'll go straight to it. As you can see, it is a bit shinier than it was the last time you saw it. Before it was a bit dull and grey. I've cleaned up the tops of these, cleaned up the transformer, cleaned up this, resprayed my bell end and polished the deck. Basically got rid of all that grime and gunk and the awful waxy oily stuff. I took the transformer apart, so we're all pretty. Cleaned up the wires a little bit, but it's not perfect yet. You can see that the dial cord and the dial plate is still off. As I say, that's one of the bits I want to do a little bit later. I don't need it quite yet. What I am going to do is I am going to be checking the electronic side of things today. So let's whip it over. What do I mean by checking it out? I want to make sure that the resistors are fine, capacitors that need changing are changing, and that things actually match what they're meant to be. So to that end, I've actually got a schematic copy. I'm not going to do it all on camera. You will be bored senseless because it involves multimeters, it involves measuring and reading and measuring and reading and measuring and reading, and you'll get bored. Now some of you may wonder, what happened to my beard? Well, if the truth be told, I was cleaning this chassis and the fumes from the cleaning chemicals just made it fall off. Just all over the place. No, I didn't trim it off, honest gov. It just fell off. Took me ages to clean all the hair off the bench. It really did.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
It's pants on fire, Patrick.
Well, you would know. Liar.
Let's get on with the actual testing. So, I'm going to grab my multimeter. Let's just check that it works. Yeah, so that bit works. And here we have the circuit. Now, some people work from the aerial end backwards. I always prefer to work from the power supply because the power supply is the bit that's going to hurt you the most. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to check that I've got, first of all, the continuity on the primary, which we had before, but I'm going to check it anyway. And we'll do that on the ohm scale because I want to check across here and that the fuse and the switch and everything else is all okay. So let's just check that. First of all, there's one side of it, and then second of all, the other side will come from the plug. And at the moment, because the switch is off, we're getting no resistance. So let's go for the on-off switch. And you can see now that we've got a 1 ohm resistance across this transformer. A lot of people may well have seen this sort of method done on somebody else's channel. I know Manuel Caldera, Electronics Old and New, he does this system, although he does his on his iPad rather than physically draw on the schematic. I believe Ron C also does it on his channel. But here we are. I've got the live wire coming in. It's obviously going through the switch and the fuse to the transformer. The neutral wire is also going through a switch to the other end of the transformer. So we know that this transformer is good. Nice and straightforward, nice and easy, isn't it? It's not really difficult. The next section is that the body of the transformer goes to ground. Put one side onto ground and the other side we shall touch the metal of the transformer, and there you go, 0.5 ohm. That is a direct to ground connection, so we know that this wire here is also okay. Then we have the filament side of the transformer. Now I'm just going to make sure that that is on the earth. Now, we don't actually know at the moment which of these is the filament, but we can take a pretty good guess because it will be the ones that go from the transformer to every single valve on the circuit. Looking closely, you will see that there's a brown wire coming from here It'll go to this valve, to this valve, to this valve, and it will go further on. It goes into this valve, and it goes into this valve. Now, to check that wire, because it's not going to earth because we haven't got the valves in, we'll start at the transformer and we'll just check that there are no breaks in the wire. So there's nothing there, nothing broken there, nothing broken there, and then we'll move on to this valve and we'll look to see where it is. It goes to here, nothing broken there, and to the final two valves we have one filament connection there, and the last one, now it's also putting 6 volts to here by the looks of it, because the wire continues on, goes to here, and it also goes to this brown wire here, which goes to the base of the pilot light bulb, which is there. So we now know that effectively point X, which is there, I've not tested the transformer at this point, but point X there is going to point X on each of these valves. Okay, now to test the transformer, we have to check between where it supplies all these wires and the chassis. And yes, there is a resistance there because it is going through a winding. So that's good there. So we know that the transformer itself is also going to work through the filament side of things. Now, I know this seems a bit pointless because I have had the radio working in the past. It's just a case of me showing you guys what I check if this was a completely random radio. Before I powered it up, I want to make sure that I'm not going to kill myself, blow something up. Just basic safety checks. Now, the other thing, we have another winding here on the schematic, which is for the transformer high voltage side, and that goes to the Selenium Rectifier. Now, as you see, that is also commoned up through another fuse, which is here, and off to this rectifier pack, which is a bridge rectifier, and it's got MR1 metal rectifier. These are the high voltage windings over here. So if we do that, we're getting 48 ohms resistance, which is about right for a high voltage winding. Unfortunately, this manual doesn't give you the actual resistances. So we go from there to the fuse. Yes, out of the fuse. So we know the fuse isn't blown. It goes off to the bridge rectifier, which we know is good. Comes to the other side of the bridge rectifier, we know is good, and then returns to the other terminal on the transformer, so we know that's good. So there we go. We know that the transformer through the rectifier appears to be okay. Now, one side of the rectifier will go to earth, and let me just tip this towards me, that side there. And we follow the black wire that comes off the rectifier, which comes to this earth pin here, which is where we expect it to be. Now, let's just check that from the rectifier there to earth is again low voltage. So we know that this wire is okay. Now we're going to check the high voltage side. Now, it says on the schematic, the first thing it will see is a capacitor C36, which is 50 microfarads, which is this big one here. And let's just check that that sees it. There we go. Straight in, no resistance to there. So we know that from this point on the bridge rectifier to the capacitor is okay. It also goes off to a 120 ohm resistor, which just happens to be here. So let's go to the input of that resistor. Okay, we're getting about an ohm, that's fine. And then through the resistor, it goes to here, and that shows 120 ohms, which means we also know that that resistor is good. So let's mark that in like that. It now splits two ways, and you follow it in basically that manner all the way through the diagram. Now, I'm not going to go through it all on camera, as I said, because that would just take you forever. You'll get bored, you'll get really miserable, and it won't be a happy time. So let's make it a happy time, and let me do the checks through and see where we come to and see what components are right or wrong.
Much later.
The schematic so far on there. Going through it, it's quite obvious that pretty much every resistor is no good. Most of the resistors knackered. Can't do anything with them. Also, we have a problem with some of the caps. There's a couple of, like this 8 microfarad here. It's an alchemold. It's not particularly good, shall we say. We've also got this 0.1 here, which, well, this 0.01, which is correct, but we have a couple here which are marked as 0.1s, which are actually 0.01s. All of these supply resistors for the anodes of these valves, you know, they're all drifting high. Now the problem is when they drift high, they will strangle the machine of voltage. When they strangle the valves of voltage, it doesn't work as well. So they need to be as near as you're going to get, and they're all well out of the 10% tolerance, so I'm going to be changing those and putting them closer to the actual value they should be, which should bring my voltages up on the valves, especially if I'm going to be running it at the 250 volt tapping on the transformer, which will automatically lower my voltages coming out of the rectifier. So it's something I've got to juggle the figures about, but if these resistors are right, then you're more likely to get an accurate voltage when it comes to looking at the tops of the tubes and making sure that they're going to work properly. One thing that I did want to show you, just here, there's a resistor and a capacitor together. Now this is one of the wax coated capacitors. The trouble is it was right next to this power resistor, which melted all the wax off it, which also went and changed its value. So I'm going to have to replace that. The resistor is out of tolerance anyway, so they're both going to be changed. I've still got to look at this section, which is the FM bit on the top, and I've still got to look around valves 2 and 3 and finish off valve 4. I think that's where we're going to leave this particular video. When I come back the next time, I will get on and I will have changed all of this, and we'll have actually started to get ready to do voltage tests with and without valves in the set. If you want to watch the earlier videos, I'll put them up there. If you want to watch something that YouTube chooses, it will be here. If you don't want to watch anything at all, then why not check out, I don't know, the homepage. But over here will be my face somewhere where you can subscribe to my wonderful hairy visage picture. So there we go. Thanks very much again, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.